Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So in today's class we will be starting a new chapter, that is fractions. Now what will be a learning checklist? That means by the end of this chapter we'll know, we have to learn all of these things. What are that? To understand the fraction of a region and a collection, to know different types of fractions, to compare, add and subtract like fractions. Okay, by the end of this chapters we will learn these things. Now let's get started. There is one whole cake. Can you see this beautiful chocolate cake here, children? Yummy and delicious cake? Yes. Now, how do you share the cake equally among two people? Suppose you and your brother or sister are there. Now you have to share this cake equally. Yes, among these two people. Now how will we do that? Divide the whole cake into equal parts. Each part is 1/2. Yes. So what did we do? We will divide the whole cake. Whole here means the complete cake into two equal parts. And each part is 1/2. That is what we'll call, right? What will we say? We'll say that let us take this cake half. Yes. So that what does that mean? When we divide the cake into two equal parts, each part is called as a half, 1/2. Now, how do you share the whole cake equally three people? Now, suppose if your mother or father also joins and says that I also want a piece of cake. Now, how will you divide it among three people? Now, divide the whole cake into three equal parts and each part is called as 1/3. See, how many parts did we make? We made 3 parts, 1, 2 and 3. And how many will each person get? Each person will get only one part out of the 3 parts. So what will we call that as 1/3? 1, we will get only one of the 3 parts. So it is called as 1/3. Okay children. See, when we divided the cake into two parts, each part was called as a half. Now here we are dividing the cake into three equal parts. So each part will be called as 1/3. Okay. Now, how do you share the cake equally among four people? Now, when we divide the whole cake into four equal parts, can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when we divide the cake into four equal parts, each part is 1/4. Yes, there are four parts and each part is called as 1/4. It is only one of the four parts. Yes or no? It is only one of the four parts. So it is called as 1/4. Here it is only one of the given three parts. So it is called as 1/3. These are fractions of 1. What did we learn just now? Dividing the whole cake into parts. These parts, that is each part is called as 1/3 and 1/4 here. Now these are nothing but fractions of 1. When an object or a group of things is divided into equal parts, then each part is a fraction of the whole. What are they saying? Wait a minute children. Yes. When an object or a group of things. What is the object here? Cake. The object is divided into equal parts. Yes or no? We divided it equally. Then each part is a fraction of the whole. Now this is called as the whole cake. Yes. And each part, that is the divided part, is called as our fraction. What is it called as? Fraction. It is called as a fraction. That to which part children? Equally divided part. We need to divide the whole cake into equal parts so that each equal part will be called as a what? Fraction. Fact. If a whole is divided into unequal parts, then shaded portion does not represent the fraction half. Yes, what are we saying? Suppose if the same cake, suppose this is the cake, you have given only this much part to your brother or sister and you have taken the bigger part to yourself, then is it equal dividing? No, right? You are taking the bigger one and you are giving away the smaller part. These are not equal parts. So it does not represent half half. Yes, so each part here does not represent one half. That is what they are saying. If a whole is divided, whole means the complete item here, or here the complete rectangle is divided into two unequal parts. See, here one part is very small and the other part is very big. Yes or no? The shaded portion does not represent the fraction 1 by 2. Now what does the shaded portion mean here? See, one is plain white but the other is in color. Yes or no? So the colored part is also called as the shaded part. Or sometimes you will be given patterns like this, children. Okay, so then it becomes our shaded part. Now it does not represent 1 by 2. Half 1 by 2 is written in numbers, and how will we read it? How do we know it normally? When we say half, if we have to represent half in numbers, we'll call it as 1 by 2. See, one part of the two parts. Yes or no? There are 1 and 2 parts here. Now this is only one part. But as this shaded part is very small and they are not, both the parts are not equal, we cannot call it as 1 half, 1 by 2. But here, as the cake was divided into equal two parts, this becomes 1 by 2 and this becomes 1 by 2. That means, let me write with a lighter ink so that you can see. Yes, this is somewhat visible, right? Yes. So, 2 here is nothing but the total number of parts divided by 1 is the part that we are talking about. Yes, this is one part and this is one part. Same, even here. See, it is divided into 1, 2, 3 parts. Yes, children. So each part is called as 1 by, is written as 1 by 3. 1 by 3. Are you looking at this line here? It is read as by or divided by. So 1 by 3. This part is 1 by 3. This part is 1 by 3. And this part is 1 by 3. All these are equal 1 parts of the total 3 parts. What we are writing below here is the total number of parts. And how will we read it? Each part is 1/3. Okay. So, part of a whole. Understood, right? For the fraction to be 1 by 2 or exactly half, what should we do? We should divide the whole or a group of things. Even we can take a group of things. Suppose if you are taking 4 apples and dividing them as equally 2 and 2. Yes, both the persons receive same number of apples. Then it is called as 1 by 2 and 1 by 2, children, half and half. Okay. Now part of a whole. When the whole object is 1, it is called as a region. When the whole object is 1, it is called as the region. What are they saying? Wait a minute. See, that is what here is the problem. Both the children here are saying the same sentences. Okay. But here it should be different. When the whole object is 1, it is called as a region. Just now in our example, we had only one birthday cake which was distributed among people. Yes. So when the whole object is 1, there the whole cake was only one cake. We call it as a region. What will we call it as, children? We will call that whole as a region. Fractions. And what does fraction means? Fraction means a part of a whole, and this whole can be either a region or a collection. What is this? The whole. That means the object that we are dividing can be either a region or a collection. Now, what is this region? When the whole object is one. When we have only one object, such as one cake or one chocolate, which is to be distributed or divided, it will be called as a region. When the whole object is more than one, this is wrong here children, it is simply repeated. Now, when the whole is more than one, it is called as a collection. Suppose like on your birthday, what will you do? You will take so many chocolates to school and then distribute it among your friends and teachers. Yes or no? So what is the whole here? Whole is the many chocolates that you are taking. Now that many chocolates become our collection. What do they become? They become our collection. What does collection mean? Collection means a group of two or more items. Yes, so when we have two or more items which are to be distributed, then that is called as a collection. That whole is called as a collection. Understood, right? Region is the single birthday cake which is distributed among people, and then collection are the birthday chocolates that you take and go to distribute among the people. Now look at the given figure. Let us erase this here. Yes, look at the given figure. This is a whole pizza. Yes or no? Do you love eating pizza, children? Yes. Yes. So this is a whole pizza. How will we eat? Will you eat the whole pizza by yourself? No. It will be cut into parts. Yes or no? It is cut into many parts here. How many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This pizza can be cut into parts. Yes or no? And what will each part be called as here? 1/8 or 1/8. Understood, children? Next time when you get a pizza for eating, okay, when you cut it, explain it to your family as well. Say that I want 1/8 of a pizza. Or when the pizza is divided into 4 pieces, say that I want 1/4 of a pizza. Okay. Now this pizza can be cut into parts, and what will this be? This whole is called as a region. Why? Because we are having a single pizza which is to be cut and distributed. Now example, this is a whole collection of mangoes. We can take a part of this collection by taking 4 mangoes. What are they saying? This is a whole collection of mangoes. Yes, here is a basket of mangoes. There are more than 1 mangoes in it. Now these mangoes, see, when we are distributing these mangoes, okay, suppose let us say 2 families bought these mangoes together. Now these have to be distributed among 2 families. What will we do? We'll take each mango, cut it in half and distribute? No, right? We'll count the total number of mangoes and then distribute them equally. Yes, we can take a part of this collection by taking 4 mangoes. Yes, from this collection, again what did I say is a collection? Collection is a group of 2 or more things. Yes or no, children? Yes. So here, when from this collection we can take a part of the collection by taking some mangoes. But when we are talking about the region here, that is the one single pizza, we can take a part of it by cutting it. Yes, but here we will not cut. We can simply take a few number of mangoes so that we'll have a fraction of these mangoes. Again, what is the fraction? Fraction is a part of the whole here. Yes, so for a region we can take the fraction by cutting it here, and here we can take a fraction by taking a few number of mangoes. Now did you know the word fraction is derived from the Latin word fractio, which means to break. Fractions appeared around 1800 BC and it was discovered by the Egyptians. Now we are from the starting of this video or the lesson we are saying fraction. Now where did this word fraction come from? We have took the word fraction from the Latin word fractio. What is Latin? Latin is just a language, children. Just as we speak English, Telugu, yes, and other languages in our country, Latin is also a language in which there is a word fractio. What does that mean? It means to break. From this word we have taken the word fraction. So fraction means a part of the whole. Yes, in fractions we are breaking the whole. Yes. So here fraction is derived from the word fractio, which means to break. Now when did fractions first appear? That means when did people use these fractions? It was around 1800 BC. That means it was way back. And who did discover it first? It was discovered by Egyptians. That means the people living in Egypt. Now fraction of a region. Example 1. Look at the figures. Each shape is divided into two equal parts. One part is the shaded shape. Each shaded part of the shape is one half of the whole. What are they saying? Fraction of a region. Again, what is a region? Region is one single object which is divided. Yes. Now, if you look at the figures here, we are having circle, rectangle and a triangle. Yes, this is one single object which is divided. Which is divided into what? Into two equal parts. Yes, children. So, what did we learn? When an object is divided into two equal parts, then each part is called as what? One half. Yes. So here each shaded part of the shape is one half of the whole. Yes. See, in the two parts, this part is shaded. So what will this be called as? It will be called as one half of the whole circle. Again here, see the same circle, even though we are dividing it vertically or horizontally, the shaded part is called as our one half. Even here, see, why are we calling it as one half? Because it is divided into two equal parts. If it was not divided into equal parts, we cannot call it as one half. And how will we write it? Yes, 1 by 2. 1 is this part and divided by 2 is the total number of parts in the object. Okay. So 1 divided by 2 will be the fraction to represent all these diagrams here. To represent what? The shaded part of the diagrams. That is number of shaded parts divided by the total number of parts in the whole. Yes, I explained to you, right children? How will we write the fraction of the shaded part? Number of shaded parts. Now suppose if I am having something like this. I have divided the circle into 4 equal parts. Now how many parts are shaded here? 1 and 2. Yes, I have divided the circle into 4 equal parts. So the number of shaded parts is 2 divided by, what are the total number of parts? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 2 by 4 becomes the fraction to represent the shaded part here. Understood? So given any fraction, so in the coming in the coming classes we will be given few shaded regions like this and we have to write the fraction for it. So no matter how many shaded parts are there, what should you do? Count the total number of shaded parts and below what should you write? The total number of parts divided. Yes, see, this is also 1 by 2 and this is also 1 by 2. Yes, so this part is one part and the total parts are 2. Yes, children. Next, example 2. Each shape is divided into 3 equal parts. Yes, here we are having 3 shapes and each shape is divided into 1, 2 and 3. 3 equal parts. So, 1 out of the 3 parts is shaded. And how many parts are shaded if you observe? Only 1 part is shaded. Each shaded part of the shape is 1/3 of the whole. Yes, we learned, right? It is only one of the 3 parts. It is only one of the 3 parts. So it is called as 1/3 of the whole. And how will we write the shaded part fraction? So if they ask you what is this shaded part, we cannot simply say 1, right? Yes, this box will be our 1, the total box. But here it will be 1/3. 1 is the shaded part. There is 1 shaded part divided by 1, 2, 3, the total number of parts given. Yes, see even here, see this is 1 part divided by, there are 3 parts, so 1/3. Again, even this will be 1 divided by, there are 3 parts, so 1/3. Understood, children, how to write the fraction for a given shaded part? Now if you look at the example 3 here, each shape is divided into 4 equal parts. 1 out of the 4 parts is shaded. Yes, see each shape is divided into 1, 2, 3 and 4 parts. And how many parts are shaded? Only one. Only one part is shaded. See what do you say? The whole is divided into 4 equal parts. Yes or no? So each shaded part of the shape is 1/4 of the whole. What is this? 1/4. It is written as 1/4. That is 1 is the number of shaded parts divided by 1, 2, 3, 4 is the total number of parts in the whole. Again here we are having 4 parts and 1 is the shaded part. So 1/4. Even here 1 is the shaded part and we are having 4 parts. So 1/4 becomes our fraction for the given shaded part. What was this? Fraction of a region. Region means a single object which was divided here. And then we have wrote the fraction for the each shaded part. Now look at this figure. It is written as 1/4. Yes or no? Yes. So it is divided into 4 equal parts. 1 is the number of shaded parts divided by 4, that is the total number of parts, children. Now what are these called as? If you remember in addition, subtraction and multiplication, when we are adding two numbers together, these two are called as our addends and the answer is called as our sum. Yes, and when we are subtracting, the bigger one is called as the minuend, the smaller number is called as subtrahend and the answer is called as our difference. Yes, in the same way, when we are writing the fraction, this 1/4 is what? 1/4 is our fraction. The number written on top is our numerator. It shows the number of equal parts which have been shaded. Yes, what will we write on top? We will write the number of shaded parts. Number of shaded parts. So what will it is called as? Numerator. What is the spelling? Numerator. 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 What is this? The number that is written on top. That is the number of shaded parts in the whole region. Okay. Now coming to denominator. It shows the number of equal parts into which the whole has been divided. Yes, now what do we write below? See here we are having 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So the total number of parts into which the whole is divided is written below. And what is it called as? Denominator. D-E-N-O, deno, M-I, me, N-A-T-O-R. Understood, children? What are the terms? In fraction, N-U-M-E-R-A-T-O-R, numerator, divided by D-E-N-O-M-I-N-A-T-O-R, numerator, divided by denominator. What I suggest you is that take out a book and a pen or pencil and practice these two words. Okay, practice the spellings and also how to pronounce it. And what is the numerator? It is the number of equally shaded parts. It is the number of shaded parts. And what is the denominator? Total number of parts into which the whole is divided into. Okay, children, I suggest that you practice these two words, and please do not forget which is the numerator and which is the denominator. The number that is written down, D for down and D for denominator. Okay, you can remember it like this if you want. The number that is written down is called as numerator, and the number that is written up on top is our numerator. Let us end our class with an exercise. Okay, write the fraction for your colored parts. The first has been done for you. Now see here, it is a little advanced exercise here, children. Till now we had only one colored part. Yes, but here if you see, what will be the fraction? We are having 1, 2, 3 colored parts. So in our numerator we will write 3, see 3 divided by, what are the total number of parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3 divided by 8. 3 becomes our numerator, 8 becomes our denominator. 3 is the total number of colored parts and 8 is the total number of parts into which it has been divided into. Now if someone asks you to write the fraction for non-colored parts, what will you do? How many non-colored parts are we having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 divided by, see the total number of parts will remain the same. The denominator will be the same, that is 8. So 3 by 8 is the fraction for colored parts. 5 by 8 is the fraction for non-colored parts. Coming to question B. Now they have asked us to write the fraction for colored parts only, children. So write only for colored parts. This I have simply explained it to you. Now how many colored parts do we have? 1 and 2. So 2 in the numerator divided by, what are the total number of parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 6 in the denominator. 2 by 6 becomes our fraction of the colored parts. Yes. Now coming to question C, we have 1, 2, 3. 3 colored parts divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 total parts. Okay, children, again when you are counting the total parts, remember to count the colored parts as well. So we have to count all the parts. The total parts are 8 and the number of colored parts are 3. So the fraction becomes 3 by 8. Coming to question D, how many colored parts do we have? Only 1 divided by the total number of parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 by 8 becomes our fraction for colored part here. Understood, children? How to write the fraction for colored parts. Now E, F, G and H are for your homework. Try writing the colored parts. And do you know our website, children? Even you are watching this video on YouTube, right? So when you see in the description box, you can ask an elder person to see it. We will have our website link, that is www.aimstoday.in. There will be uploading our live worksheets for you. Okay, so in that live worksheets, questions like this will be given. You can Try solving those and you will get the answer immediately. Okay children. Next, tick the shapes which represent 1 by 2. Okay, so then what should we do? That 1 by 2 means what? The shape must be divided into 2 equal parts and one part should be shaded. See, we are having 2 parts, 2 equal parts and one is shaded. So this is 1 by 2. Again, if you look at option B, is it equal part? No. See, it should be like this if it was equal. Now here one triangle is missing. So B is not our 1 by 2. C, again 2 equal parts, one is shaded. So C is 1 by 2. Coming to option D, it is divided into 4 equal parts. But what is the denominator here? Only 2. So again D is also not our answer. Only A and B represent 1 by 2. Now tick the shapes which represent 1 by 3. See, what is the numerator mean? One part should be shaded and 3 means the total number of parts should be 3. See, 1, 2, 3 parts. Yes, and 1 is shaded. So A is our correct answer. Coming to B, 1, 2, 3, 4 parts are shaded, but we want only 3 shaded parts. Sorry, 3 total parts. So B is our wrong answer. Coming to C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is divided into 8 parts, children. But we want only 3. So again it is our wrong answer. Coming to D, 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3 is the total parts and only one part is shaded. So option D also represents 1 by 3. Understood? And with this, I hope the concept of fractions is clear with these children. Yes.
Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.